Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news from Monday, May 31st, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, staff and students at the Florida government school plead for assistance as they complain of being forced to operate in a building not conducive for learning. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell hints at a possible solution to the 4% salary dispute before the reopening of school in September. Former Commissioner of Police James Clarkson speaks out about terrible road conditions. Grenada donates 10,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines to Trinidad and Tobago. Coming up in Around the Globe, Belize to reopen land borders to international tourists only, and China allowing couples to have a third child as records show declining birth rate. Coming up in sports, Grenadian para-athletes dominate the 2021 Desert Challenge. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. It is certainly good to be back with you. This is GBN's News at 7. Is the Florida government school a forgotten institution? That's the question asked by parents as students and teachers are forced, they say, to function under deplorable conditions. GBN took a trip up the western side on Monday.
One of my concerns is, how is it that the government do not have any money allocated for repairs for the school? Another concern is, how is it that Florida government school is not on the priority list, as was stated by Ms. Finley in one of the virtual PTA meetings we had, that Florida government school was never on the priority list for repairs. Engineers from the ministry that said that the school need to be evacuated. So where are these students and teachers to go?
That's the president of the Florida Government School Parent Teachers Association, Annette Welsh McKenzie. McKenzie says the school's structure was assessed during the Easter vacation by engineers from the Ministry of Education, and on their return to school, they were told that students from kindergarten to grade 6 had to be relocated as the main building was deemed unsafe. The structures show signs of defects, and when it rains, Wells says students have to be moved around in classrooms to avoid getting wet.
You can see the walls cracking, the roof is not safe. When rain falls, the classrooms get wet. And according to the engineer, anytime the roof could cave in. The temporary solution that they suggested was tents, to put tents on the court to accommodate the students and the teachers. But you know, when the ministry said temporary, it's temporary permanent.
She said it was the teachers who took it upon themselves to create a makeshift system within what was just the preschool, now divided into 4 sections, and the area used as the lunchroom now houses the kitchen and grade 6, which according according to parents, is not conducive for learning. This is not the only issue they are faced with. Teachers and students have to share the same washroom facility as well. If you look closely, this palm tree has grown inside of the kitchen section at the Florida Government School.
The kitchen, and there's a tree in the middle of the kitchen. So when the rain falls, the kitchen wet, all right? And the common entrance class or the CPEA class is right next door.
It is shameful that a facility that was constructed after Hurricane Ivan in 2004 and used as an emergency shelter was taken down from NADMA's emergency shelters list and may soon have to be demolished. The Florida Government Schools Parent Teachers Association, together with teachers, is calling on the public, more so the business community, to come forward to assist them.
In the ministry don't want to assist us, we are asking the public to assist us. Assist the nation's children. We have enough space on the plant. We could erect more wooden buildings, right? So if the public could come out and donate materials, donate time to construct the building, something has to be done because the ministry is not doing anything. Could you imagine that they send $1 million to St. Vincent, but they have nothing for Florida Government School?
Selena John, GBN News.
The 4% salary saga between government and public officers has been ongoing since January, when government failed to pay the promised 4% salary increase. The government initially said it will pay what it is due at the end of the year, but in a statement issued on Monday, it was revealed that payment may come sooner than expected. Trellona Charles has the details.
A statement released by the Prime Minister's office on Monday, 31st May, said that based on the increase in revenue collection, the government is getting to a point where they would soon find some methodology to solving the current dispute between government and public workers. At a meeting with senior education officials last week, while referring to the various industrial actions taken by public officers, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell said, and I quote, "I am not worried about the political fallout from this dispute. What I am worried about is the education of the nation's children and the future of this country. I assure you that government is moving speedily to find a resolution. I do not want schools to reopen in September with this situation still unresolved. No one will benefit." In an exclusive interview with GBN, Public Relations Officer of the PWU, Daisy Hazard, responded to the Prime Minister's insinuation that public workers may be paid before the end of the year.
As a union, we have not been officially advised of this. We are seeing this in the public domain just as you are. To date, our matter is still before the Labour Commissioner. But the signaling, if we can trust what is being said in the public domain by the government, what has been said by Prime Minister, the signaling that government has come to a place that they are now believing that this matter is worthy of settling as expeditiously as possible for the benefit of all concerned. That is indeed a good signal.
She said it is time for the matter to come to an end.
It is in everybody's interest to bring this matter to an expeditious close. Government had signaled before that they intended to make the payments due in December. And as we rightly asked them, if you can't pay now, where will you find it to pay in December? And when you find it to pay in December 2021 cumulatively, how then will you make good on a 4%, an additional 4%, which would be due at the end of January 2022. And so I think what has happened now is that government has finally seen the light and seen the arguments that the unions have been putting forward, that it is in the best interest of the society to settle this matter.
Hazard said once the 4% issue ends, the unions can begin dealing with other important matters affecting the public sector.
There is so much work to be done. There are so many issues confronting the public sector that affects the entire state of Grenada that the unions and government should be bending their backs to trying to fix and resolve. That the outstanding 4% issue has been a bit of an irritant because there is important work to be done.
Trellona Charles, GBN News.
As promised, CXC released a revised version of the examination topic for the year 2021. The topics were released on Friday and serve as a study guideline for students sitting the exams. More in this Rena Peart-Thomas report.
In response to the needs of its stakeholders amidst the challenges presented by COVID-19, the Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, has prepared and issued a 49-page-long document outlining the main areas of study for the June-July 2021 examinations. The main areas of study are being provided to assist with examination preparation for pages 2 and 3 and do not represent the actual questions that will be on the examinations. In a recent press release, candidates were reminded by CXC that the comprehensive knowledge of the syllabus is critical in preparation for the CXC examinations, as the multiple choice paper will continue to assess the entire syllabus. The Caribbean Examination Council has recently engaged with regional governments and other key stakeholders from across the region on the conception and planning of the 2021 regional examinations and registers its appreciation for their enriching contributions. A special meeting of Council was held on Tuesday, 25th May 2021, and members reviewed and accepted a report from CXC's School Examinations Committee that made recommendations on the strategy for the 2021 regional examinations, which emanated from discussions at CARICOM's Council of Human and Social Development 28th Special Session on the 12th of May 2021. After careful deliberation and consideration of all the pertinent issues, the Council, which is made up of governments from across the region, agreed that the revised strategy for the 2021 regional examinations shall be to maintain the administration of all papers, to delay sitting of the regional examinations for a further 2 weeks, and extension of submission of school-based assessment. For GBN News, I am Rena Peart-Thomas reporting.
Parliamentary Representative for St. George South, Nicholas Steele, is being called upon to solve a teething problem in his constituency, deteriorating roads in Frequente St. George. More in this report.
That's not a road, so I can't tell you about the condition. If I had to tell you about it, it should have been better than that. Then I could tell you if it deteriorated or whatever it is, but that's how it was, for about 10 years or so. Wait till the election, they're going to come around.
Former Commissioner of Police James Clarkson speaking out about the deplorable road condition, saying it has been this way for years. This is the condition of a portion of road in Frequente in the south of the island. Community members fear that with the start of the rainy season, children getting to school will be a major issue.
Waterfall, the people have to come on the side. I fix this thing here for myself, right? So they can get a place to walk to get down to the major road there, But the people who live in here are not really people. Maybe we should do like in the States, put up on this house either NDC or what they call the next one, NNP or TUC or go to hell. That is what it comes to. Weather is coming again, and people, children, you have a lot of children living inside there. If you see them going to school, they have to play hopscotch and jump, because it's pools and pools of water.
Other community members are questioning government's reasoning for stopping short of fixing a portion of the road, while other areas nearby are paved.
The barrels, they have to get water to come up to them. Now it's not sugar to come up. Nothing can pass here because if you look at on the ground there, you have to park a car on the side of the road to come up inside. So it will be better if they get it done. If you check high up, they fix high up the road. That's in the middle and they leave the end. And here is the worst part. We just should fix here and leave up there. When the season starts, the water make its own drain and it just go. We try to fix it. We put stone, we put gravel, we spend money on this road for our own self. And the government not standing up with us, so they need to come and fix it. Please, be begging.
Vehicle owners say oftentimes they have to park their vehicles and foot the rest to get to their homes. They say the wear and tear on their vehicles is too much and wants the parliamentary representative to do something about the situation.
The road has been in this condition for many years. We had in the oldies, we had an organizational committee inside here, which was headed by my daddy at one time. He is deceased now, and a lot of petitions went into the government at the time to get this road done. They came, they started up on the top, and then as you see, this is where it reached. It's been a long time since this piece hasn't been done, and only promises. So we want to see if we could get some help from the government to do something about it. So please, Mr. Government, Mr. Parliamentary Rep, Mr. Nicholas Steele, I know your hand full up right now with COVID, but please, if you could do something for us, we go appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Zena John, GBN News.
This is News at 7. Coming up, Grenadians shy away from it, but TNT welcomed it. 10,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines donated to Trinidad and Tobago. Stay with us.
Now is the time to treat yourself to a new Samsung A7 tablet for free. You heard me, free. Simply add your postpaid mobile plan to your new or existing all-in or all-in plus bundle and get a free Samsung A7 tablet. Now that's a real treat. So sign up today and add your postpaid plan to your home services to get your free tablet. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Despite countless bids made by health officials to utilize the AstraZeneca vaccines available as their expiration dates drew near, Grenada eventually had to ship out a significant amount of those unused vaccines to a neighboring island on the weekend.
Grenadians' reluctance to take the COVID-19 vaccine has seen the donation of 10,000 doses to Trinidad and Tobago. Several appeals were made on behalf of the Ministry of Health to get vaccinated before the vaccines reached their expiration date. However, most of those went unanswered.
The issue that we are going to have is that we need to have another shipment coming in the next month or two, because the current stock expires at different dates. So far, we've been able to use all of our stock before expiration. But if individuals wait too long, there is the possibility that we will not be able to use the stocks that we have because they will be approaching or would have passed the expiration date.
Trinidad and Tobago received on Sunday the 10,000 doses of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines, a donation from the government of Grenada. Though the large donation was made, Health Minister Nicholas Steele promised on Wednesday that Grenada was scheduled to receive a new shipment of COVID vaccines.
I would also say that we are expecting today a shipment, additional shipment of vaccines. We are expecting today, within the next hour or two, a shipment of an additional 21,600 vaccines. This will help to get us to the objective. This comes from Pan American Health Organization. The vaccines are AstraZeneca vaccines.
Over 20,000 vaccines arrived at the Morris Bishop International Airport last Wednesday afternoon. The 10,000 vaccines which were donated to Trinidad arrived at the Piarco International Airport and were received by the country's Minister for Foreign Affairs and other officials of the Health Ministry. They were transported by the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard. According to Trinidad's Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs page, the government of Trinidad and Tobago extends its profound appreciation to the government of Grenada for the timely donation of vaccines, which will assist in advancing Trinidad and Tobago's vaccination program at this critical juncture in its management of the COVID-19 outbreak there. At the end of last week, Grenada had 17,606 persons receiving their first dose of the vaccine and 8,608 receiving their second. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
There is no significant change in business following the onslaught of COVID-19 in 2020, as poultry farmers, especially the smaller producers, continue to face the daunting task of surviving liquidation. The only hope being the reopening of the hospitality and tourism sectors to bolster the economy and the consumption of locally produced poultry products. Jared Joseph has the latest developments.
Many poultry producers have been lobbying the Grenada Association of Poultry Producers while crying out to government for some form of assistance. Association President Jason Phillips says smaller producers face an even dire strait, having to sustain massive losses amidst an increase in poultry feed.
Well, it has been a catastrophic disaster for small farmers. Literally speaking, we have farmers who at this point in time cannot, and I repeat, cannot cover their basic production costs. It is gotten to the point now where farmers are literally competing against farmers, and in that form of competition where the small-scale farmers are concerned, it doesn't matter whether you compete and won, you still lose because you are not producing in such a manner whereby you're able to be sustainable.
However, no stimulus has been forthcoming from government, despite the association having to source an emergency feed supply during the pandemic and absorbing the majority of costs associated with bringing in day-old chicks from Barbados.
And we're seeing that when they go out to sell their produce, that there seems to be an indifference when it comes to farmers, that persons who wish to purchase from them seem not to cater that the fact that they have cost increase. So negotiations with farmers are now at a stage where farmers are now underpaid for what they're being produced, even in light of all of the direct cost increases to their production. We have called repeatedly for assistance from the government. We have called repeatedly for assistance from all of our other stakeholders in terms of to bring this matter to bear.
Philip tells GBN that added to the losses, farmers are not currently paid the prices based on the increased cost of production.
You know, our government has a responsibility to protect the interests of investors. And, you know, it comes back to saying that several of our farmers have approached me and they've asked me, you know, at what level are you considered to be a bona fide investor here in Grenada? What does it take for you to be taken seriously? Do you have to spend $10 million? Do you have to spend $20 million for you to be taken seriously? So are we, the small farmers, not investors also?
Philip says farmers are seeking direct intervention from government to mitigate against the many struggles faced while creating a climate for farmers to be successful. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Still talking chicken business. Meanwhile, the issues facing the poultry industry and its farmers have led to the difficulties being faced by the management of the Grenada Association of Poultry Producers. Let's get more in this report.
Providing buffers to poultry farmers has fallen solely at the feet of the association, which has caused the debt owed to become almost constant. Although the executive has handled the prior debts inherited, the pandemic has been especially taxing, as the association president Jason Phillips says. Securing feed and day-old chicks were garnered from the association and other farmers' resources.
Measures are being taken as we currently speak. In terms of to manage our debt portfolio, which is not extremely high. But given the circumstance, we are ensuring that we do not have a situation where we are defaulting. And so we have renegotiated with our one current debtor, and we're glad to say that we have been able to successfully work down the debt from where it was multiple entities that was owed. And currently the debt is now down to only one person, one entity that we currently are indebted to.
Philip says a major contribution to their financial woes was the association absorbing the freight cost since the outbreak of the pandemic and the lockdown.
Those costs were to be deferredly paid by the government of Grenada. However, to date, we are now 14 months in, and we had continued to bear the cost of that. And of course, the association is not in a position to do this forever. And so as a significant cost increase, it has depleted some of the resources that we've had.
Despite the financial strain, he says, the association continues to function. However, it has affected business operations between the association and farmers.
So we have had circumstances arise where we've had to change. Not necessarily it was a willing one, but we've had to change our operational model in order to facilitate the ability to continue to access the resources so that our farmers can have. And so at this point in time, we have recently enacted that in order for our farmers to access services, they would need to, of course, make their payments in advance, and so the services will then be delivered to them.
The association is appealing to government to make good on its promise to cover the cost of freight. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Cancers, hypertension and diabetes are among the leading cause of mortality and morbidity in the region. Front of package warning labels are just one measure which is expected to reduce unhealthy eating habits.
Package warning labels is actually one of a combination of policies which we have identified to tackle overweight, to tackle obesity, and to also tackle diet-related non-communicable diseases, using the octagonal front of package warning labels to allow consumers to quickly, easily, and correctly identify packaged foods that are high in critical nutrients of concern.
Our online audience were quick to give their opinions. Norma commented, forget tourism and concentrate on agriculture. Give us pure food, not the kind we're getting with non-food materials in them. Laurel asked, what difference does it make when the content on the label is coded? Darrell thought that where the label is located doesn't make any difference. Samantha wrote, this provokes an interesting discussion. Warning label and nutritional label. What would the producer of his own products put as a warning label? I saw an authentic warning label on a cigar, which read something like, warning, smoking kills you. I do not smoke. The cigar was in the hand of a smoker. Just saying. Education, lifestyle changes, banning of harmful products, higher costs for harmful products, limitations on purchases, alternative choices. Much work to be done. And Anthony commented, are we going to educate our people on how much sodium, sugar, etc. is too high? How much of the products found on the shelves of Grenada's grocery stores are made in Grenada so we can control the labels on each item? If you truly want to improve the health of Grenadians, shut down Kentucky and some of the fast food outlets. Encourage our farmers to grow organic and/or educate them on the proper use of pesticides and other chemicals used on the farms. Let's truly work to make Grenada healthier and not shoot great-sounding remarks that are void of value. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
Such a great conversation there. Now we move from the thought process to the visual impact. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
The harvests continue to pour in as farmers large and small continue to showcase their extraordinary yields. Tonight in GBN eyesore, we feature a locally grown sweet potato weighing in at 11 pounds. The potato was produced on the enterprise of Woodford Agriculture Inc. Capture anything interesting? Send us a photo or video submission via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
That is huge. Still ahead in the news, the Grenada Employers Federation facilitates discussions surrounding the labor code. This is news at 7.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad, excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. Plumbing fixtures, cutting and grinding discs, PVC glue, drywall screws, and power saw blades. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Having your CVQ qualification is one of the best things you can do right now.
This course really helped me to build my confidence and have the ability to present.
I've learned a lot about customer service, a lot about etiquette.
It was quite a learning experience, which I enjoy a lot.
Well, it really impacted my life at Digital. 6 months, I got permanent. I also got promoted to sales representative at a store. 8 months after, I got a next promotion at the corporate care.
You can find jobs within the CARICOM using your CVQ qualifications.
Don't let nobody tell you that you can't make it. No, just go forward and do what you have to.
Who are we? The National Training Agency.
Enhancing the employability of Grenada's workforce.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Your hard work, talent, and creativity, plus Flow, equals more ways to chase your dreams. Flow is connecting all of Grenada, from Point Salines to Hillsborough, with the most reliable connection on the island. So now everyone can work, study, and keep moving forward together. Visit discoverflow.co for more information.
Officials from the Ministry of Labor and the Grenada Employers Federation had a full day of discussion on Monday surrounding the revised labor code and matters that are not sitting well with trade unions. Let's hear more in this report.
The one-day consultation between Labour Commissioner Cyrus Griffith and members of the Grenada Employers Federation was the avenue for all parties to openly address concerns of workers and to clarify matters surrounding the reviewed Labour Code. Devon Latouche, president of the Grenada Employers Federation, says that so far the discussions have been fruitful.
It's been good. So far, the first half, we had very interactive sessions. The discussions have been stimulating, and our members have been asking some hard and direct questions to the commissioner, and they have been receiving responses. Yeah, and we are happy with how things are going so far. It relates to the vaccination of employees. From a federation standpoint, we have sent out a survey, and we are still awaiting a feedback on this. So as it stands now, there is not a firm position by employers on this. However, we are guided by the ILO, where there is no mandatory vaccination for employees.
The president explains what the next step is for the GEF after the consultation.
But we take that back to the lab, which is the Labour Advisory Board, which I am also a part of. And all matters of concern, anything that our membership is not pleased with or happy with, we take it back to that committee for further deliberations. And, of course, receiving consensus from the general body.
Labour Commissioner Cyrus Griffith outlined some of the key topics addressed during the workshop.
What stands out in my view is Section 66(1). And striking essential services. So we discussing that, and we haven't concluded it yet. Okay? I think it is timely to have this discussion. We are dealing with the code, the labor code. So today, the unions have this discussion, and they have asked me and from the Ministry of Labor as chairman of the board to interact with them and clarify the issues that they want to raise or they are raising at this time. And we're having a discussion, and it's very interactive and it's good.
The session was held at the GCIC building at the Frequente Industrial Park. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
The Grenada Community Development Agency, GrenCoda, held an orientation ceremony for 7 trainees in a telecommunications training course. More in this report.
The orientation ceremony was held at the St. John's Anglican Pastoral Center. This telecommunications training is the second training specifically for males GrenCoda has embarked on in the last 3 months. Benny Langain, Deputy General Manager at GrenCoda, gave an overview of the training and the importance of the developing telecommunications sector, which is evolving even during the COVID-19 pandemic.
But I think the telecommunications area is a good one for you to pursue at this time. Because when we look at that sector, we see that, in fact, despite COVID, and in some cases, because of COVID, the sector is broadening and opening up. If we look at education, we have the school, we have the classroom. That still happens, that still goes along, but we have to tread very cautiously there. Because the physical contact is almost a must in that respect. And so has come the advent of the online learning, online tutoring. All right? So there are opportunities in this sector, COVID, coronavirus notwithstanding.
Parliamentary representative for St. John, Alvin Dabrio, said traditional education and acquiring any skill set goes hand in hand. He implored the participants to make the most of the telecommunications course.
There is a saying, the person who knows how would have a job, but the person who knows why would be the boss. You understand what that means? Right? For instance, okay, if the light is not lighting, somebody could come and they could change the bulb, or change the plug or the breaker. They know how to do that. But the one that know why, when you flip the switch, the electrons flow, create a magnetic field, emits light. That's the person that would be the boss. That's the person that designed it, right? So that's why the knowledge is important. It keeps you employed, and at the same time, it gives you an opportunity to be more successful at what you do.
GrandCoda exists as a non-profit developmental agency that provides guidance and support to rural individuals, families, and communities to improve their quality of life. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
That just took me all the way back to physics class. Stay with us. The weather is up next, as well as sports.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Once upon a time we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Hills and Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Let's check out the weather. Tonight's minimum temperature, 25.5 degrees Celsius. Weather is expected to be mainly fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with the chance of brief isolated showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate to rough, waves up to 8 feet in northeasterly to northerly swells. A marine advisory is in effect. Tides are high at 8 p.m. and low at 2 a.m. On Tuesday, sunrise at 18 minutes to 6 in the morning and setting at 29 minutes past 6. The weather is expected to be mainly fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times. And on Wednesday, the sunrise will be at the same time, 5:42, and setting at 6:29. Mainly fair, hazy, and windy with a medium chance of brief isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. On Thursday, we're looking at mainly fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with light isolated daytime showers increasing in cloudiness and showers overnight. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenadian para-athletes over the weekend dominated the 2021 Arizona Desert Challenge Games. Ishana Charles, Nicole Walters, and Shondell Ferreira competed in the track and field component of the Desert Games held May 28th to 30th at Westwood High School in Arizona, USA. With her qualification for the Paralympic Games in Tokyo later this year already secured, Ishana Charles took full advantage of the opportunity to compete against the international opponents. Ishana placed second at the Desert Challenge Games, throwing a distance of 30.50 meters in the F12 women's javelin. Nicole Williams won a gold medal in the F44 men's 20-plus javelin, 28.92 meters, and a bronze medal in the T64 men's 200 meters with 33.73 seconds, while Shondell Ferreira won a gold medal in the F46 men's 20-plus javelin with a throw of 38.38 meters. Ginger Generals made history by winning the first match of the inaugural Spice Isle T10 tournament, which commenced last Monday. Captain Roland Cato led from the front, smashing 26 runs together with Keon George, 26, and Wavell Benjamin, 31, to catapult Ginger Generals to 107 for 5. Opponents Bay Leaf Blasters, led by veteran Devon Smith, having chosen to bowl first, failed to give a proper chase and went on to lose by 16 runs after being restricted to 91 for 6. West Indies women's head coach Courtney Walsh is pleased with the new players at the high-performance camp underway at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Sharifa Sargent reports.
Having had the opportunity to assess the players, Ward says he's especially dazzled by the new young additions to the camp.
I'm really impressed with some of the new players and younger players. Giving 100%, showing the work, showing good skill sets. A lot to work with there, so I'm really pleased that we're able to bring in a couple of new players and some of the newer ones from the previous camp have excelled as well in terms of the work we've done with them.
The Windies legend, who was the first bowler to capture 500 test wickets, spoke on the strides made since the previous camp held in January.
The batting has been a lot more consistent, which is good. The bowling is getting there, but the batting is a big standout so far. The theme of this camp is awareness and consistency, and it's getting better game by game, practice by practice. So it's just trying to educate them, work with them, and get everybody going along those lines as to where we are, where we want to be, and how we can achieve those goals.
The players are preparing for the ICC Women's World Cup to be played in New Zealand early next year. Sharif Sargent, ABS Sports.
Teams led by middle order batsman Jermaine Blackwood and wicketkeeper batsman Jamar Hamilton faced off in the first of two best versus best matches, which began Monday at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground as the West Indies ramp up preparations for the upcoming series against South Africa. The squads have been confirmed by the Cricket West Indies selection panel, with 14 players named per squad and 11 players batting in each innings. Hamilton says he is humbled and eager to lead one of the squads, especially considering the importance of this contest to all involved. Jermaine Blackwood was equally as elated and is adamant that the fans will be treated with a fine contest. Meanwhile, 4 players who played in the recent series against Sri Lanka will be unavailable for the best versus best match. Jason Holder, the ICC's #1 ranked Test all-rounder, arrived in St. Lucia on May 28th, and after going through the agreed quarantine protocols, will begin training on June 1st once he has returned 2 negative PCR tests. Test captain Craig Brathwaite and fast bowlers Kimara Roach and Alzari Joseph are arriving in St. Lucia later this coming week following their English County Championship commitments. They will join training after completing the quarantine protocols and once they respectively return 2 negative PCR tests each. That's it for sports. Our original segment is up next. This is your One Caribbean hookup. In Belize, despite the COVID-19 numbers in neighboring Quintana Roo spiking, on May 31st, land borders will officially open to international tourists only. Health and Wellness Minister Michael Shabat said the decision was a joint effort between different government ministries.
We're going to be opening the north and the west and the San Pedro and the south as well. But it's going to be a phased opening. In the initial stages, it's just going to be open for tourists wanting to come into the country. And I can tell you that this has been a joint effort of the Ministry of Immigration, Ministry of Tourism, and the Ministry of Health, making sure that we have the correct protocols in place and to try to continue safeguarding the citizenry of Belize.
The decision taken by the cabinet has been met with mixed reviews, and there is concern that the reopening may trigger another wave in Belize, including variant strains that have been detected in Mexico.
That was a concern, that was a matter that we discussed and we raised in the discussions when we were deciding whether or not to open the borders. But we feel that we have sufficient safeguards within our country, and we're going to have sufficient safeguards at our borders to try to stem and to keep away as much of that as we can.
Also effective Monday, 31st May, returning St. Lucia nationals who are fully vaccinated from COVID-19 and have a negative PCR test do not have to quarantine. That's the word from the authorities, who announced a number of major changes in their latest COVID-19 protocol advisory.
A holder of a valid liquor license may permit a person on licensed premises to consume intoxicating liquor between the hours of 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. A competitive sporting activity may be permitted within a controlled facility with spectators on condition that persons in attendance are fully vaccinated. Competitive sporting events or activities must receive approval from the Ministry of Health. Returning nationals and visitors with a negative PCR test who are fully vaccinated will not be required to go into quarantine, with random testing to be carried out at points of arrival. The release states that notwithstanding the adjustments, the Chief Medical Officer retains the power to place visitors in quarantine in order to protect public health. Social events with up to 50 fully vaccinated people may be permitted promulgated after authorization from the Ministry of Health. The changes take effect from the 31st of May to the 30th of June 2021.
Internationally, China will now allow all couples to have a third child, a surprise move aimed at slowing the nation's declining birth rate as risks to the economy's long-term prospects mount because of a rapidly aging population. We get the details in this report.
In a major policy shift, China on Monday said it will now allow married couples to have 3 children, up from its existing limit of 2. This comes off the back of the country recording a dramatic decline in births. The change was approved during a Politburo meeting chaired by President Xi Jinping. The official news agency Xinhua reported. Earlier this month, China's once-in-a-decade census showed that the population grew at its slowest rate during the last decade since the 1950s. In a poll online with the hashtag #AreYouReady for the 3-child policy, about 29,000 of 31,000 respondents said they would never think of it, while the remainder chose the options ranging from "I'm ready and very eager to do so" to "I'm hesitating and there's a lot to consider." That poll on Xinhua's Weibo account was later removed. Reactions to the announcement were also mixed.
If there are conditions, then we'd have more kids. Nowadays, young people have to buy a house, and this amount of pressure is already huge. And then you have to consider the cost of education. I think this sort of policy will be difficult to implement.
China abolished its decades-old one-child policy in 2016 and began allowing couples to have up to 2 children. But the cost of raising children in Chinese cities has deterred many couples from starting families. The policy change includes supportive measures, but no further details were given. Meanwhile, shares in birth and fertility-related companies surged.
That's it for our One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Let's recap the headlines. Staff and students at the Florida government school plea for assistance as they complain of being forced to operate in a building not conducive for learning. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell hints at a possible solution to the 4% salary dispute before the reopening of school in September. Former Commissioner of Police James Clarkson speaks out about terrible road conditions. Grenada donates 10,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines to Trinidad and Tobago. And around the globe, Belize to reopen land borders to international tourists. China allowing couples to have a 3rd child as records show declining birth rate. In sports, Grenadian para-athletes dominate the 2021 Desert Challenge. If you missed any parts of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.